Ladies, I'm here tonight on this show. And tonight on this Friday, I am going to talk about WWE's news. We're going to probably the final show, probably until, Monday, I should be back. I'm probably going to, no, actually, no, Saturday I have to do SmackDown recap, right? So I'll be back on Saturday for SmackDown recap. I bet you battled on. And then Sunday we'll take off, and then we'll be back Monday, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see more of my videos, go to the wrestling channel, and you'll see. I think you battled on the sports channel, and you'll see more over there. Anyways, man, let's get this fucking sports the wrestling stream going tonight. So Rick Ross, pretty much, they interviewed him on a podcast, and he said, "Yeah, I meant what I meant to say. I legit wanted to say what I felt, and right there, I felt." Keith Lee turned around. I'm like, damn, this is a big motherfucker. So I just expressed myself. So he didn't apologize or anything like that. That's who I am. A lot of people, although they do allow them to be a little bit more adult friendly on AEW compared to WWE, they're still saying that might be a little bit too much, saying motherfucker. They're allowed to say like shit and bitch. But I believe it was the first time ever somebody said motherfucker. So I don't know if TNT's gonna let him do that. So we'll see, man. But I mean, if you're allowed to call somebody a bitch, why can you say motherfucker? I don't know. It's kind of the same thing in a way. Anyways, so freaking Miro, they said that pretty much what's going on with him is they had a storyline for him to do in September, but he was gonna lose the match at Double or Nothing. And so he didn't, or was it Double or Nothing, or I think it was actually in, the other one, Full Gear. And he said he didn't want to do it because he was going to lose. So then Tony Khan said, then I have nothing for you. And Dave Meltzer said that's the problem with some of these WWE guys. They don't want to put over the young AEW guys. So it's kind of hard to do some program for them. That's why you see some of the former WWE guys go to AEW, and maybe like the first weeks are hot, but then they flame out because a lot of them are veterans, and Tony Khan maybe sometimes wants them to and see is the thing too, because they're going over there because they couldn't be main eventers in WWE, so they're trying to see if they can become main eventers like stars in AEW. And a lot of time Tony Khan is viewing those guys as veterans to put over his young talent, like a Darby Allin, Ricky Starks, an MJF. So that's the thing. And if that's the way Tony Khan views all these WWE guys coming in, then I think the WWE guys need to stop going to AEW, right? If that's how they're going to use them, like as veterans to potentially put over the younger original AEW fans, then I think FTR. You saw them putting over the Ass Boys this past week. You saw Jericho, although I think Jericho and Bryan Danielson seem to be a little bit more open to it. You saw they put Jericho put that one guy over. But a lot of these WWE guys go in there with, hey, I'm still young. I'm like in my 30s. I can still freaking become a star main event. So I think that's what Miro's going through, where Tony kind of is like, no, you're a veteran. You're here to help me, try to put over the younger guys that are in their 20s. So that's the problem, I think. And then if that's, like I said, if that's the case, maybe some of these WWE guys should stop saying with AEW if that's the way they're going to be looked at. Even CM Punk, right? He put over MJF. So we'll see, man. Maybe John Moxley's about to put over Adam Page. We'll see, man. And then obviously CJ Perry, the wife, said, yeah, he's going to probably go back to WWE eventually. Everybody goes back to WWE. So they're like, well, then, I mean, at this point, I think his contract has expired for another 3 years. They're probably going to be like, well, what's the point of us even trying to get you over if your plan is to go back to WWE when your contract finishes up? Who knows, man? A lot of shit there. So finally, Adam Cole, who's been out since the summer, I believe June, with a concussion and a shoulder injury. They're saying he's doing better. I think the shoulder's healed. Now he just got to get cleared by the concussion. They're saying it could be as fast as tomorrow, but they're also saying it could be never. You never know with concussions. But they're saying he is doing better now that he was when he first got the concussion back in June. But still no timetable at all for Adam Cole to be cleared by medical staff from the concussion. And Big E, same thing. Big E, it's been 9 months. When he broke his shoulder, when he broke his neck back in March, they're saying he's going to have a CT scan on March, which will be the 1-year anniversary of him breaking his neck. They're saying he still has a C1 fracture, and so the hope is that that thing has healed up by the time he goes in March to get the CT scan. And if that's the case, they will start talking about potentially coming back to WWE. But obviously, if that C1 is not healed, he's probably still going to be out of action. They don't know. I mean, that thing's been broken for months. They're hoping it eventually heals up. I don't know if surgery would be a possibility if that doesn't heal up anytime soon. But that's what he said in the interview. He's like, I feel good. I have all the strength in the world. Physically, I feel good. I can pretty much do everything. I have no pain. I can walk. The only problem is that every time I get a CT scan, that C1 is still broken. So the hope is that when I go in March, it's not broken. But until that is not fixed, Big E cannot think about or try a WWE return. So we'll see in March when he gets that CT scan if that C1 is still broken or not. So we'll see, man. Still, hey, man, think about it. 9 months for a broken neck. I mean, that's a long-ass injury, right? So, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of a normal process they're going through. And the fact that if it's good to go and it's not broken anymore by March, the fact that a year after breaking it, you're talking about a return, that's not bad at all, man. Look at Edge. She was out for 10 years. Saraya, formerly known as Paige, was out for 5 years. Shawn Michaels with a back injury was out for like 4 or 5 years back in the day. So he's actually not that bad if you think for a Big E. But anyways, hopefully a speedy recovery for both Adam Cole and Big E, and hopefully we see them in the ring at some point here in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea Green, a lot of people are thinking she is going to WWE. She put a picture of her in Charlotte and wrestling in NXT. She's been teasing a lot of stuff, and she deleted her OnlyFans, of course. Mandy Rose just got fired last week for having an OnlyFans. So that was a huge hint that Chelsea Green could be headed to WWE. The fact that she deleted her OnlyFans. As far as her boyfriend, Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, they said he's really booked in 2023, like in the beginning. I think he's got a match with what is it, like a Fatal 4-Way tag team match with Impact Wrestling. He's also has another match with Tyrus, which formerly known as Brodus Clay in WWE. So they don't know about him, but it looks right now like they want to. The rumors are they want to bring him in as a couple, like just like they did with Johnny Gargano and Scarlett. But it looks like maybe Chelsea Green might come in first, and then eventually, maybe a few months later, Matt Cardona will follow her. We'll see, man. We'll see. Alberto Del Rio, man. Formerly, he was in discussions back when Vince McMahon and Johnny Gargano were running the company. He was talking to Johnny Laurinaitis. I beg your pardon. He was talking to Johnny Laurinaitis about coming back to the WWE, but it's bad when Johnny Laurinaitis does not want to hire you because of your legal problems after everything that happened to Johnny Laurinaitis. So the talks broke up and nothing went of it. And I mean, he and Triple H have never gotten along. So if he couldn't get in when Vince McMahon and Johnny Laurinaitis were running things, certainly not going to get in now with Triple H and Stephanie running things. So pretty much forget about that. Apparently, that wasn't even Vince McMahon and Johnny Laurinaitis. That was more Alberto Del Rio reaching out to WWE, seeing if there was any interest of bringing him back. But apparently not even freaking Johnny Laurinaitis wanted to bring him back. Jesus Christ. They're saying that the people that showed up with Swerve Strickland and help him beat up Keith Lee, one of them is a former baseball player, Brian Gibson. I'm not sure if I remember him, but supposedly he's a former Major League Baseball player. Who knows? We have to Google him. We'll see. I don't know. Interesting. WWE has filed for the trademark Wrestle Bowl, and a lot of people think that's because they're going to bring in a Fit pay-per-view. Right now they only have 4: Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, and Full Gear. Now they added that Fit one this year, right? With that collab they did with New Japan called the Forbidden Door. Could they be adding another one? Or is this maybe one of those when they do like Dynamite / Winter's Coming or Dynamite / Beach Bash? You know, maybe it's one of those. They're gonna do like a show, but it's like a pay-per-view type, it more like a Dynamite show on TBS. Who knows what that trademark is for? But they did file for it, so we'll see, man. We'll see what they file that trademark for. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the wrestling, that is it. I will see you guys sometime tomorrow for the SmackDown recap. I don't know when. And Sunday, Merry Christmas to all of you. And yeah, so we'll see. Stay up with the sports video over there. See sports show. It's pretty much the same shit. I beg your pardon. I'm trying to be more classy. Just type in C Sports Show. I think the logo is like like a green car. It's pretty much just type in C Sports Show, and if you're missing all the sports content, it's on the other channel. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out like a light. Have a good night, everybody. Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, or Merry Christmas. I beg your pardon. Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Ho, ho, ho. What the fuck is? I mean, what the fudge?